another good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am really excited to have the opportunity to welcome you to our inaugural training summit. This meeting, as many of you may know, has been a long time in the works, a long time coming. We've been talking about it, I think, for over a year, and I know that a lot of careful planning and thinking has gone into it. I'd like to thank Pat Alcock and your leadership team, Lonnie Nunemaker and Dr. Tim Hughes and your entire team for the work that you do every day for us, but specifically for making it possible for all of us to be here today. We are all here because we have a shared responsibility and commitment to public health. And we have a shared responsibility and commitment to ensuring that we carry out our duties as effectively as possible, and it really goes back to training. The ability of our investigators and our staff to carry out their duties hinges on their level of technical knowledge, their skills, their expertise, and it all again comes back to how effectively they have been trained. The goal for this forum, and you'll hear more from Stan in a few minutes, is really to strengthen and expand our public health and regulatory training and development partnerships so that we all can really enhance our own relevant systems. There are multiple elements to effective training: identifying the subjects that need to be taught, building the right curriculum and standards for what needs to be taught, ensuring the right delivery vehicle for effective learning, ensuring that we have qualified and effective instructors, ensuring that you have the right people taking the training, measuring the effectiveness of the training, and measuring the effectiveness of the instruction. This meeting is going to focus on what I call sort of the guts of learning, and believe me, I have learned so much in the last few years working with Pat and her team just about the sort of the mechanics and the science of training. It's really, there's a science to training. A lot goes into it, and what I see as sort of the guts is the curriculum and being able to measure the effectiveness of that curriculum. Future meetings, we do hope this is an inaugural meeting, future meetings will tackle delivery and increasing our partnerships so that together we can identify new and different opportunities for training. We are certainly thinking differently about training ourselves and our own approach. And we'll share with you some of the novel things that we are doing as we work with experts on curriculum and training design. Training and our thinking about training has come an awfully long way. In the early 1990s, we had a single book, and I just learned this as we prepared for this meeting, a single book, the Investigator's Training Manual, to prepare our investigators on how to conduct inspections. This is a nice little historical reference document, and it really does remain a foundational resource, but it has appropriately been updated and replaced with more contemporary tools and, probably more importantly, more contemporary content. As manufacturing and technology continues to evolve, so too must the content of our training, as well as how we go about delivering training. In the late 1990s or early 2000s, training evolved again, and we were able to offer e-learning. Through a cooperative agreement, we were able to offer the first ever online courses. Remote training has, of course, increased our reach, but employee needs continue to evolve as well, and the content must continue to evolve as well. More recently, our thinking about curriculum has continued to change, and as I just mentioned, we are really reaching out and working with professionals who have a really unique expertise in curriculum and training design. We're also looking to figure out how to better test and measure our work. I want to show you a slide. Some of you, this may look familiar to some of you. It's the old ORA schoolhouse. And we used to think about levels of training as assessments at each level. And this model is going to look very familiar to you as you learn more about the Integrated Food Safety System curriculum framework later today. And I see that it's posted over on the board, and you can very easily see the sort of the similarities in framework. We are investing our resources in the Integrated Food Safety System curriculum framework. We believe it's going to provide a set of standards that we can all use to better compare our approaches to training and development as we work to advance integration. Our goal is ultimately to harmonize training standards so we have a common way of measuring and a common approach to training in similar program areas. This framework that you will learn about is a result of extensive collaboration between ORA, IFPTI, and many of you in this room. Over the next 2.5 days, we're going to focus on certain elements of effective training and development. And here's the agenda. We're going to hear from Dr. Steve Solomon on our investments in an integrated food safety system and the contributions to training. We'll hear from our Partnership for Food Protection leaders on the work done under PFP to advance and improve the training landscape. We're going to get into the actual curriculum framework led by IFPTI. We'll talk about the importance of evaluation, talk about the importance of quality instruction. It's an exciting agenda, and we are truly pleased to have finally reached this day. I want to thank you for your partnership. I want to thank you for your commitment to public health and for your commitment to ensuring that together we all build and maintain the most robust training infrastructures that we can, so we all have the most highly trained and technically competent staff that we can. So thank you very much.